overweight Ari Gold stirring things up for his clients as Pogba has some speculation and De Ligt finally lands in Turin. Oh, jumped the gun on that last headline, but once again, De Ligt lands in Turin. And we're going to talk about the AFCON final as we're suffering from a third place game that left a little to be desired. It's next on Post to Post. Willie's swimming into another edition of Post to Post. Dre.
The graphic says post to post, but the ball is clearly in the back of the net.
That's a good point.
Point that out.
Well, it's between the post.
Oh, gotcha.
See, we got you on that one, Dre. Welcome back into another edition of Post to Post, the show that's keeping you from going home and seeing your family as it's at 5:30 in the afternoon when you should be driving.
You're welcome.
And I hope you're not driving now also. Yes, you are welcome. And Dre, pretty uneventful day in the soccer world. We're going to make the most of it, and we're going to start with the AFCON final, a game that had a goal in the third minute and then a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, we thought going into that one, it was like nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
It's for the bronze medal. Yeah, you want to take
open
something
the game
home.
up, you know. Yeah.
But Tunisia, who have been super cagey all tournament long, could actually just express themselves now in this game. Nigeria, who probably feel hard done by as they crashed out of contention for first place in a 95th minute free kick by Riyad Mahrez, could really express themselves in this game. It didn't.
Nigeria gets an early goal in the third minute. The ball crossed in from the left side, kind of bumbled around a little bit. It fell right to the feet of a Nigerian player. He just, I didn't even write his name down.
Igalo scored the goal.
Igalo scored the goal.
The frustrating thing for me was Tunisia, bored us to death throughout most of the tournament. They were going to pull the full Portugal, as we said, on their way there.
Full Portugal.
And then, just sort of, not winning any games but reaching the final right up until the last two games. They make two big blunders, give up 2 goals, and what was it all for?
For a whole lot of fourth place, nothing.
Right.
Yeah, so that ends the tournament for both those sides. Nigeria actually punching way above their weight, to quote Solomon. He said that he did not expect Nigeria to get anywhere close to this, and they ended up finishing with the third place.
Yeah, Sully is a Nigerian and a Nigeria fan, so I think he's sort of hedging his emotional bet a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Nigeria were probably among, say, the top 5 favorites going into the tournament, in a tournament with 24 teams expanded this time. So I wouldn't say it was a disappointment for Nigeria to finish third. I think it's nice because they're a young side with a good future.
He said that they went above their weight. He said that
that's what I don't believe that.
You don't believe that? I feel like Nigeria is always going to be one of those top 5 teams in Africa, and
I think they're right around where they should be. Exactly.
Yeah, especially the way they fell out against Algeria, who is now in the final with, I think, a good chance to win the whole tournament.
But we're a couple of AFCON tourists telling the guy who follows African football all year long that he's wrong.
Exactly.
Tell me you're wrong.
So one time I get to do it all year. Well, only one game left in AFCON, and that's going to be the Friday, the final, 2:30 p.m. That's when the coverage starts. Algeria and Senegal. But right now. Yeah, I like that game. But we're going to get in some daily news. Give me a little flip animation. Let's do it. Let's go. There it is. That's such a weird graph for daily news. We need to replace the lips with newspapers or tweets or something. I don't know. Anyway, so Mino Raiola, basically super villain of the football world. I don't think anybody like this guy.
It's got a good pirate TV look to it though.
This right here?
Yeah.
No, I mean I like this part. It's just the mouse in the back. Not really a big fan of that. Well, Mino Raiola was asked today in Turin about Pogba because his other client, De Ligt, signed on today, did his medical in Turin, and he basically said that on the Pogba front, there's still nothing. Is he staying at Manchester United? I live my life day by day. We'll see what happens. The story hasn't been written yet. We're here today. I don't know about tomorrow. Raiola also took some shots at the media. Didn't like the way that a lot of people were basically sending De Ligt to Barcelona before it actually happened, and I kind of got to agree with that because I talked to you about this a lot. The transfer rumor thing is such a farce now. It's basically these people making. Yeah, I know. As far as I've been covering it.
Silly season. It's called silly season for a reason, and it's so frustrating to me because the news regarding Paul Pogba is literally that there is no news, right? Yeah. So Raiola is in Turin for a different client. Inevitably, is going to get asked about Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba used to play for Piemonte, Juventus. And so he basically sends out a cryptic message. I'm here today. We don't know what's going on. I don't take anything the agents say any more seriously than what about 90% of the transfer gossip papers say either. The only thing I would say is the Manchester Evening News, which is a decent newspaper in Manchester. So when they cover anything regarding City or United, you should pay a little bit of attention. They're claiming that there is serious interest from both Real Madrid and Juventus for Paul Pogba. But what does serious interest mean? They also say there's no offers on the table. So I would say if it's serious enough interest, there would be an offer being lined up. So far, there's nothing about Pogba.
Yeah, I would say that Raiola is probably the last source of information you want on any of these things because he probably has the most to gain outside of the players and the clubs from any kind of move being made.
He's got an implicit bias,
exactly,
which is to get his clients paid.
All his moves are calculated. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. I do believe that while there might be interest, I've heard this before from other people that there's been no solid offers for Paul Pogba. So for right now, he's going to be a Manchester United player. Probably might stay in the Manchester United uniform for a while.
Yeah, though it's not just that there's no solid offers. There seem to be no offers as of yet. And I think people understand that it's going to take a ton of money to pull Paul Pogba away. I'm not saying it's not going to get done. I think obviously Real Madrid are a club that should they make a few moves, Zidane would love to have him there as well. There should be interest in Pogba. The fact that United are not playing in the Champions League is a big deal as well because Pogba would like to play European football at the highest level.
Kind of hurts his brand for him to be honest.
But it hurts my brain that
this is happening.
There's no news is news when it comes to the transfer market.
Here's a question, sticking with actually Juventus. Mauricio Torres asking, do you guys think Pablo Dybala would be a good fit at Liverpool? I feel like
Dybala could probably play for any club.
Any club,
on the planet.
The way he plays.
I don't know if Liverpool is one of the teams that would need him.
Yeah, I don't think Liverpool's a buying club at the moment. I feel they have
especially with the front three.
Yeah, they think they have a solid squad, so why would they invest in that part of the pitch? So I think he could fit in, but I think that's one of the most unlikely moves probably that I've had on this show.
And maybe Maurizio Sarri is finally the one to get sort of the best version of Dybala since what we saw when he was at Palermo. I used to do their games when it was Franco Vasquez and Paulo Dybala, just them two, it's like dismantling Italian defenses. And we saw Dybala sort of take a back seat once he moved on to Juve, where obviously he had other great players around him. But Sarri has been known to get the best out of attacking players. We saw him do it with Higuain. We saw him do it with Dries Mertens. All these guys had career years under Maurizio Sarri. Eden Hazard matched his career best under Maurizio Sarri. So I'm eager to see whether he could do the same for Dybala.
Well, the thing I got to say about a player like Dybala is he seems to be, to use the NBA adage, a guy who needs the ball at his feet to really maximize himself. And he now, like you said, he's sharing, attacking duties with one of the best players in the world, even at age 33. So, speaking of the NBA, we had a little surprise that didn't make any sense that we're going to bring up really quick, and that is that Arsenal brought in James Harden to show off their yellow away kit. How did this happen? Maybe he was just walking around the streets of London. Arsenal's like, hey, opportunity knocks. Let's do this. I know that Arsenal has an American ownership.
Yeah.
So, there you go. 5 minutes of American sports. Not even. Next. Anyway,
football has permeated though into American sports and especially the NBA. Now you've got players at the end of games trading jerseys. I remember Dwayne Wade obviously on his goodbye tour.
Right. Yeah, he was
after
doing
games,
everybody.
Whoever the other superstar was on the team afterwards, they would exchange jerseys directly, copying that from.
Yeah, and Kylian Mbappe also got some pics taken of him during the NBA Finals, sitting on the Golden State Warriors horse.
Was on the Knicks bench
come on, with the Griezmann, no, on the Heat bench. He's probably the AAA right now. I feel like that's how it always is with Antoine Griezmann. And speaking of. No connection at all, but I'll just keep going anyway. Luka Modric is actually drawing interest from AC Milan. He's a Golden Ball winner, but it's pretty well documented that he does not want to leave Real Madrid despite offers from plenty of Serie A clubs, including Inter Milan, who had interest earlier in the transfer window, and now AC Milan. Why would he leave?
Right, so I don't know why he would leave. He's still considered, even he's going to be 34 years old in September, but he's still probably considered a starter as the team is currently constructed at Real Madrid. Zidane believes in him. Zidane wants to recover the best version of Luka Modric. I believe in him. He doesn't want to go. He's well paid.
Exactly.
Inter would have made a bit more sense because Inter sort of are starting a new project under Antonio Conte. They've made it to the Champions League next season. Milan would make very little sense. Milan have been banned from European football next season, so they're not even playing in the Europa League.
Dark times for
Modric only has a certain amount of time left. He's a three-time Champions League winner at Real Madrid. So I just couldn't imagine him going to Milan. And I can't really imagine Modric moving on from Madrid this summer anyway, just unless something major changes, like they go out and they get a Paul Pogba or Van den Beek gets signed and they're promising that he's going to play. Modric looks like a starter, looks like a guy who's going to get significant minutes under Zidane. No reason to move from Madrid.
When's the last time a Golden Ball winner has started the next season with a new team?
After winning the Ballon d'Or?
After winning it, yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't think you can do. Well, I mean, the last 10 of them basically have been won by Ronaldo or Messi. So,
Except for
and they ended up staying with their teams. But is Lukaku headed to Inter? Asked Radu.
I have no idea.
I know that he sat out in their friendly win 4-0 against Leeds.
Right.
He did not play. He did not travel, so we don't know. That's kind of a weird transfer for me, though. I don't know why he'd want to go there, but
well, one, because they probably want to move on from Icardi, but they talk about that every single summer. There's like this up and down with Mauro Icardi, and at the end of the day, he ends up being sort of their best option at center forward.
Correct.
It's like a bad marriage. Icardi.
It's that abusive marriage. You stick around because of what they do for you. Atletico building a very strong squad, really says Christ Bonilla, and they are. I think they've been one of the most impressive teams. The thing is, they're kind of flying under the radar because there's been big names going to Real Madrid and Barcelona, but I think in terms of quality players, they're definitely an argument to be made there.
Well, I think they're also at a sort of net loss at the moment, and it's true that they're bringing in some exciting players, but they have lost Godin, who has been the heart and soul of that defense for a while now. We still don't know if Felipe Luis is going to re-sign or not, but he might be a backup because they did get Renan Lodi from Atletico Paranaense. He's a very promising young Brazilian fullback. They've also lost Antoine Griezmann, obviously, to Barcelona, but they've got Joao Felix. So they've added some good young players who can pan out, and it looks like they're on the verge of potentially adding Mario Hermoso as well from Espanyol. They raised a few eyebrows, Espanyol, because they just played a friendly, a meaningless preseason friendly, while there's been all this talk about Mario Hermoso. Guess who played in that friendly? Mario Hermoso. Usually, if you're going to sell a player, you're going to sort of...
Yeah, you don't want their ankle getting
wrap him in bubble tape
exactly.
and make sure
put him on the shelf and
wait.
Yeah.
He played 45 minutes. He didn't get hurt. He's back in Barcelona now, so... There is the negotiations are apparently ongoing, and it also would make a ton of sense because he's a player who's been linked to teams like Real Madrid before. He's got a great upside, a good goal-scoring center back, and if they manage to get him as a potential long-term replacement for Godin, I think that'd be a good buy. Also, I think they're still in talks, and I don't know how realistic this is, but they're still in talks to sign potentially James Rodriguez. Napoli don't seem to be able to come up with the money that Madrid want for him.
Which I think is a bargain in this
I don't know if
market.
Madrid are willing to send him across town to... the Wanda Metropolitano, but that would be brilliant.
I mean, I don't think would be a huge blow unless like he scores a hat trick the first time you play him.
Which he very well could.
He could, but I don't think that's something that they would actually have to be worried about. And staying in Italy, even though we went and came back, Dre, you're an avid FIFA guy. Actually, when me and Dre were first starting our ride of friendship, back when he was in college, he would come over to my house. And we play PES often, but now...
I was unplayable.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. But now Konami's PES has secured the naming rights to Juventus.
Yeah.
They will be known as a name I can never pronounce right. Biomente Calcio will be the team replacing Juventus in the Serie A.
Right.
Probably be similar looking jerseys. Cristiano Ronaldo will still be on that team because the naming rights are different for the players. So, great tweet that you told me earlier. This guarantees that Juventus will not be winning the Champions League in terms of FIFA because FIFA and EA also have the rights to the Champions League.
Yeah, it was an Inter fan that was digging in on Juve saying basically it's now literally impossible for Juve to win the Champions League in FIFA.
Correct.
Not impossible in Pro Evo, so if you're a Juve fan, you would get... basically, the rights deal included the name of the team, so they can't call them Juventus, the logo, so that new J
the crest,
thing, and there was one other... Oh, and the shirt, the official shirt.
Yeah, the one with the pink line down the middle.
But on FIFA, you'd still get the players' likenesses and the players' names. So you don't have to worry about like playing as Cristaldo with the number 10.
Cristaldo Bonaldo.
Although Cristaldo is sort of a PES legend, so maybe FIFA could do that to get back at them.
That's true. No, maybe they own the rights to that.
That's a good point.
There's more things to be researched here. But now we're going to go on, guys. It's game time. We're going to play a little percentage game, Dre. And I think it goes along with it would be bold predictions, right? More or less?
Yeah.
Nah, we're not going to give it the flip, though. It's percentage game time, and if you guys are with us during Sports Burst, this is a game that I came up with when we have no content. And basically what it is we list a bunch of scenarios. We're going to give how much, the percentage-wise, we think things will happen in the football world. Feel free to play along. So, guys, the first question is, what are the chances, Dre, that Neymar stays at PSG? Really? Time for some copyrighted music. Stays at PSG, right?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay, hold on a second. Oh, no, I can't. Wait, guys, wait. Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, and reveal. I wrote that look at this. Who writes like this? Dre's guy here says 36%. I say 55%.
That he stays, huh?
55 that he stays. I think he gets hammered out because you don't Rabiot that guy. You don't Rabiot like the top two guys at Nike. You know what I mean? You just don't do that to that guy. Like they're gonna call and be like, "Hey, excuse me, Paris people, no, this is not."
You don't do it mostly because he makes maybe like 600% what Rabiot is making.
Exactly. It's easy to send off Rabiot. You're not gonna send off him. So I think he sucks it up. He plays one more season, maybe half a season at PSG.
Right.
Maybe he's gone in the winter transfer window, but
So
give me your explanation now.
it's not my explanation, but Sid Lowe, who's a writer, covers La Liga for The Guardian in the UK, although he lives in Spain, had a really interesting theory, and it's so petty that I can't not share it, right? The theory was that basically Bartomeu and Barcelona are stringing Neymar and PSG along as sort of payback for the way that Neymar left the club.
That's not a thing, Dre.
It's not my theory, but I do think it's petty enough that I have to share this because Barcelona haven't said we want Neymar back. Barcelona have said Neymar wants to come back.
That's a good point.
And Neymar's the one who sort of supposedly sent messages to Barcelona's locker room saying,
supposedly,
be cool guys, I'll be back. Barcelona have been non-committal about the whole thing. I don't see how they can afford it. They're supposedly checking under the couch cushions to try and get enough money to sign Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah, how
so
they gonna? Yeah.
It's going to cost more to get Neymar. There was talk of a trade that they wanted to send some combination of Coutinho and Rakitic, trying to keep Dembele out of that.
Yeah.
PSG reportedly not interested in that kind of trade. It would have been, the last I heard would have been Coutinho and Rakitic plus 40 million.
$44 million.
Said, no, thanks.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame him for saying no thanks.
I don't know. Maybe
by the way.
Sid's got a point. Maybe they are just sort of trolling Paris.
I think it looks that way, but that's pretty childish. Okay, so we got a 50% from Maria. That's perfectly sitting on the fence. Thank you for that. 30% from Ileana. 70% Richard Garcia. 100% from Chris Klesch. He says no one can afford him.
100% he's staying.
Yeah, 100% he's staying. Yeah, 100% he's staying. No one can afford him. Mustafa says 60%, also near the fence. Gene with a very, very specific number, 93%. Neymar stock can increase if he takes them all the way and actually be bought for more money.
Assuming he is not either injured or suspended when it comes down to crunch time.
That's why I don't think that if he still wants to go, he doesn't play at all. Because the last thing you want is your expensive commodity getting hurt. Because every injury now, you're dropping in price. You're dropping in price every time because people are going to know about the injury history. Plus, you're getting older. So I think if they don't figure it out, they don't have some kind of handshake agreement that you wait till whatever, you probably less and less chances he'll play. He'll still be on the team, but he won't be playing. Dre, in the interest of time, we're going to move on.
Sure.
Chances Pogba goes to Real Madrid. We literally just talked about this right now. So, okay. Real Madrid for the beginning of the season.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to say... I don't know why I'm writing it like this. 10%.
Oh, I was reading it upside down. They're saying 0.1%.
But look how much space I'm leaving. There's literally no reason for this. I think because I'm looking I'm looking at Dre's picture and I'm thinking I need space for something, but it's not there. Right. Yeah. Well, because you totally have me thrown off with that guy.
Sure.
But 10%, I think Real Madrid are pretty much done buying, to be honest, especially when it comes to big buys.
Today I would say 22%.
Nice.
Because it could change. So, for example, if they manage to move Bale for some reason, I think that chance skyrockets.
That's one of the reasons.
Or if they manage to sell, 3 or 4 players. I think Madrid, you're right to say that they're right now in selling mode. They need to offload some salary.
Get some salary back, yeah.
They said they had Florentino Perez said he had 300 million euros to spend. They spent 303 so far.
Yeah.
So today, as things stand, 22%.
Yeah,
as high as I'm willing to go.
I think they have to move Bale, James, and probably one other piece to even get into the conversation to probably bring that money back. So that's my reasoning behind it. Chris Klesch says 20%, Richard Garcia 40%, 1.99% from the man with the Arabic name that I can't say.
Let's just go ahead and upgrade that to 2%.
Yeah, 80% Pogba goes, says Clayton Brown. I know he's going to go, but when does he go? I don't think he'll be there for the end of the season. You guys are just coming up with specific numbers now because you're annoying me. Like, hey, Radu, you're dismissed. Anyway, so, okay. Now we're going to get on to our AFCON final once again, which is on Friday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, mark your calendars. Whoop, Algeria versus Senegal. Dre, your chances that Algeria wins AFCON?
We've blown our entire budget on sound effects
and
graphics.
Seriously.
It's amazing.
Bam, 85%. You guys see that?
85%, that's very confident.
85%. Well, I like Algeria.
Yeah.
I like Algeria. I think they're energized after that game-winning goal. They feel like they can do anything.
Yeah.
It was a quality goal from Mahrez, probably the goal of the tournament. I feel like they can do anything. Quality side. Basically, half those guys could be on the French national team if they wanted to.
So what helps your point is Senegal, I don't think have ever beaten Algeria in AFCON.
There you go.
So Algeria have got that going for them. Also, Kalidou Koulibaly, arguably the best African defender on the planet, is suspended for this game. He's sort of the organizer of that back line. The Napoli center back is outstanding. Picked up a second yellow card in 3 matches, so he has to serve a suspension, which is absolutely brutal because also it was a poor decision on the yellow card. Anyway, so he's out. Algeria have already beaten Senegal in this AFCON. They met in the second match in the group stage. Algeria went perfect through the group stage without conceding a goal. I give them the advantage, but not quite 85%. 60-40 for me. 60% for Algeria.
Oh, you're jumping the gun there, Jerry. Come on.
For Algeria to win this. I love the way they've played. Their midfield has been terrific. And they've been battle tested. I mean, they've beaten already 3 of the would-be tournament favorites have already fallen to Ivory Coast. They beat Nigeria to reach this final. They beat one other big team that escapes memory right now, so we'll move around one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so now, in the interest of good math, Dre, our next topic, what are the chances that Senegal wins?
Also 60%.
Get out your really tough your calculators for this one. Okay.
I wonder.
So stupid.
60 plus 40.
Yeah.
They can't draw.
Oh no, I'm doing it. That's right, 30%. 115% is what I'm doing here. Why do I say 30%? Because all you need is a moment of brilliance from Sadio Mane and this game's over.
Not just Mane. I think the strength of Senegal is that front 3, whether it's Keita Balde who starts or more likely Ismaïla Sarr. Basically, their whole game is surrounded is centered around getting the ball forward to one of those 3 guys, whether it's long balls in the air, long balls in the ground, creating those 1v1 situations. And Mbaye Niang is a constant threat. Sadio Mane's had a very, very good tournament. Yes, he's missed a couple of penalties, but in both games in which he missed penalties, he also scored goals. In one game, he scored twice, in the other, he scored once. And the one penalty that he didn't take, Henri Saivet took and missed.
Yeah.
I don't love Senegal in this matchup. I think Algeria match up really well against them because they can control the midfield, because they can get the ball to players like Riyad Mahrez and Belaili, who have been terrific all tournament creating chances. Because I think Baghdad Bounedjah has so far underachieved and underimpressed in terms of his goal scoring, and he could actually have a big game here. But Senegal are so talented up front. The biggest question is, can Salif Sane, the man who's going to step in for Kalidou Koulibaly, be good enough defensively that it'll stay close like it was in that first time they met in the group stage? So 60-40 feels right to me. Slight advantage to Algeria.
Okay, and that's going to basically wrap it up. But Dre, I'm going to ask you this last one. I'm not going to do the percentage on this one because you actually have a really good argument.
Yes.
So if Senegal does pull this off, they win the AFCON, what are the chances that Sadio Mane captures the golden ball? Super specific answer once again.
19%.
19%. Now, I want your explanation on this one because I actually thought it was really interesting. When you
so I don't always agree with the way that people come about who the favorites are and how the award is given out. Typically, it's like, big player on team that won most or player that won the most titles, and it ends up being an individual award given to somebody for a collective thing, right? And so what happens here is Liverpool have about 4 Ballon d'Or candidates, legitimate Ballon d'Or candidates. I think a lot of people are looking at Virgil van Dijk, even Alisson, who won not just the Champions League, but the Copa America with Brazil. I think Momo Salah, even though he had a disastrous AFCON, I think will get some votes. He was joint top scorer along with Sadio Mane and Aubameyang in the Premier League. And of course, Sadio Mane himself, assuming that they win the tournament, will have the Continental crown and the Champions League as well. So you're looking at 4 Liverpool players who will all be taking votes away from each other because they'll split that vote. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, who's had a down year in terms of the volume of goals that he normally scores, and Juve didn't win the Champions League. They did win an 8th consecutive Scudetto. Messi had a terrific domestic season. He was the top scorer in the Champions League. He was the Pichichi in La Liga. He was the Golden Boot winner as well. And so I see a scenario where all the Liverpool players take votes away from each other. Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't had one of his better years, so he won't get, and Messi's just going to waltz his way toward a 6th Ballon d'Or.
Through the fire of Liverpool.
Right.
Messi walks through and emerges victorious once again with his golden ball. Guys, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to give a special shout out to my stepmom, Letty, who is watching from Las Vegas. Somehow ended up in the comments. Bye. Miss you much. So I'm going to say hi to you. And remember, guys, tune in for Sports Burst, noon, Monday through Friday. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Gabby, sometimes it's Dre. And don't forget on Friday, AFCON final, Tunisia versus Algeria. Algeria's probably going to win. That's what I'm thinking.
It's going to be good.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Free Willy!